Capcom presents Marvel Comics. No, it's never Marvel Comics. Good evening and welcome back to the Rising as SUPERSTREAM. Earlier today, there was a PlayStation State of Play event that I did with my buddy Matt. I guess I will link that somewhere around here. During the presentation, they announced a demo for the new Onimusha title. And I decided, well, you know what? If we're recording all of these Capcom RE Engine game videos, we got the RE9 one recently and the Pragmata ones that we've been getting through. You know what? I may as well also do this one while I'm here, you know? What do we want for frame rate? So you can turn it off and just have unstable. That's interesting that they have these options. I can't do 40, unfortunately. I don't have a 120 hertz. I'm just going to use 60. So, I guess, so it says only available in graphics mode is set to prioritize performance. I see. So you can have like prioritize quality, fixed frame rate off, so you get maybe something a little more. Okay, well, if we're like this, we should be just fine, honestly. I'll put it here just in case. Just in case. We are... Hang on. Everyone look away from the screen. Nope, not that old. What year is it? 2026. So I'm still 33. For another month. You want to feel old? When I started doing best friends videos, that was what, 2012? So I would have been like 20 years old at the time, depending on the exact time. It might have been 2011. I might have been 19 at the time. Not good. Not good. Onimusha, Way of the Sword. For anyone who hasn't finished the previous Onimusha games, you'll probably be okay. But my understanding is this game is not a reboot or anything like that. It simply continues. Please, big Onimusha fans, correct me in the comments, but the director of the first and second games is the guy who's working on this one. The third game and the fourth game were by different directors. If I'm not mistaken. And then there was also Onimusha Tactics. I think there was a gacha game somewhere, and I believe there was a fighting game separate from... I believe 4 is not the fighting game, right? There is actually a fighting game on PS2. There's a lot. Onimusha had a lot going on back then, actually. Like, it very rapidly got, 6 games or whatever in a very short span of time, and then vanished just as quickly, so it's very cool to see it coming back after so long. This is, like I said, this is following the previous titles, I believe specifically 1 and 2, but I don't think there should be major spoilers, and I'm also under the impression that they're writing it in such a way that you can jump into this one. We are, I guess, going to go for action combat focus. It'll keep us on our toes. Okay, cool. Aggressive or defensive? Ooh. Control layout focused on responsiveness. Okay, cool. Where action buttons are grouped on the right. So examine is on L1. Got block, one-handed, two-handed, evade. Defensive. Less confident with action games. Put block on L1. One-handed, two-handed. So you put examine on X is what it is. I think I want to try the aggressive layout. I don't love examine on L1 though. Like truth be told, my gut instinct is that I want examine on X. Not because I prefer block parry on L1, but because I don't like examine on L1. But we'll try the aggressive one. We'll see. We'll see. This product is a work of fiction created by Capcom that happens to be set in Kyoto. The people, organizations, legends, history, and themes depicted are not intended to reflect or support any particular worldview. I read that this demo just dumps you in, so I think this is as much story as we're going to get. Against his will, Miyamoto Musashi has become an Onimusha. Carving a path through the Genma monstrosities invading the capital, Musashi finds himself at Kiyomizudera Temple, where he has been tasked with purifying the Key Sanctuary. A host of eerie phenomena play out before Musashi's eyes as he traverses the twisted, malice-wreathed temple grounds, accompanied only by the mysterious voice that rings out from his Oni gauntlet. Having defeated the Genma that stood in his way, Musashi is greeted by a long-standing rival that he has crossed swords with many a time. So, this place, Kiyomizudera Temple, if you've watched any of the State of Plays that me and Matt have watched before, when Onimusha has come up, they always show this one boss fight at this temple, and I always comment on how this is actually a real place you can go to, this temple. This... this balcony you see kind of in front there of the temple building is a tremendous viewpoint from which you can see like an absolutely huge amount of Kyoto's. Well, you can see the city, you can see the greenery, you can see the mountains, you can see so much. Like it's just an amazing viewpoint. My understanding as well, I'm not like an expert on these things, but this temple was constructed entirely with joinery, so there were no nails or anything like that used in the process, just joinery. And if you look below the balcony, yes, this is what we're doing in the Onimusha video. If you look below the balcony, you see those wooden struts like holding it up. There is this amazing sort of three-dimensional grid pattern of gigantic wooden beams supporting the temple. It's incredible, having seen it from the balcony and from on the ground near it, like in the front. It's crazy, honestly. This is a wild tourist spot that is now overcrowded as hell all the time, but I still would recommend you go if you're ever in Kyoto. Now, let's get to it. Today there's a typhoon in Japan, and it is humid as hell. It has been getting warm in the office today. I like how he commented there on like that really was instant. So I guess this teleporting thing is actually something that exists in the context of the game, and it's not just like a gamey mechanic. Narratively, he knows it. Like I gripe about in every video I do nowadays, I'm playing on a slightly laggy display, so please bear with my gameplay, which will still be really good anyway. So it's not the gameplay you gotta worry about on this channel, it's the commentary. Man, RE engine, huh? Still looks insane. I wonder if this is gonna have any like Kunitsugami DLC or crossover stuff, because that game that Capcom put out 2 years ago has a huge aesthetic overlap with this game. Break Isen. Okay, so get rid of their stamina and then finish them. Wow, that effect looks good. Land attacks and then break Isen. Okay, I got it. When he does this finishing hit here, oh, it's cool that the souls, the things you pick up, that they come out in the direction of the sword swipe, or perhaps it's just the direction of the enemy's back, but regardless, it looks really cool. It'll turn red and crack. Oh, I see, that's the visual for it. Okay. Okay, well, that went well. Yeah, so these are your cash, by the way. So break Isen gives you more, huh? And so how do we absorb these again? Okay, there we go. You have to absorb them as well in the original game. I don't remember if you could walk while you were absorbing in the original game. I haven't played Onimusha 2 any time recently. I played the first one when I was younger, and then I played the remaster recently, which is very good, and I highly recommend it. And I played a little bit of 2 and 3 when I was younger, but I haven't played through the remake of 2 yet. My wife just did. So. Yeah, blocking feels good. Yeah, right, okay, that's life. Okay, we had a triangle and circle prompt there. I don't know what that is, but I like that. Okay, that like pretty auto triggers pretty easily, which is nice. Parrying seems really easy in this game. Well, I mean, this is the easiest, simplest enemy, I guess, so maybe I shouldn't speak too soon. But the parry window seemed very generous, is what I should say. Got item rings. I assume we have a healing item there up on the D-pad in the bottom left. One-handed, incredible strength.
人の命をもてあそぶ化け物どもの巣窟。このような非道、御仏がお許しになるはずがありません。しょっぱなからこのありさまかよ。先が思いやられるな。
I'm like waiting for Kiyomizudera to come into sight because I want to like get an understanding of where exactly we are relative to it. I'm wondering because there's like hills right around Kiyomizudera and there's like a pagoda that you can access right nearby. I'm like wondering if we're gonna come out like next to one of those pagodas and get to follow the path over to the kind of bottom of Kiyomizudera before going up.
そこまで荒れてんのかよ、この先は。鬼畜がはびこり、賛美の極みです。
I'm really curious if there's other real spaces in Kyoto that they've built for this game.
鬼畜ね。
And I guess I shouldn't get too excited. I mean, besides Kiyomizudera, I should actually wait and see if they did the grounds like particularly accurately. Yeah, so there's Kiyomizudera. Okay. So I'm gonna try to do my best to remember exactly the layout of. Let's just check this main menu first. Oh, okay. Look, we have a. Okay, so there's differences right out of the gates that jump out at me. So this path here is the way you get to like downtown Kyoto, like, and these buildings all seem reasonably accurate. I don't know. This stuff back here, I don't know. It's not really where you go for tourism stuff. It feels off limits, to be honest, but I guess it's game space here. And then if you go down this way, you would like off the map this way. Actually, you can kind of see some buildings like here. If you go down that way, you get to like downtown Kyoto. This path area is a little different. These buildings are here in real life. This could be the pagoda right here, possibly. But in real life, I'm pretty sure this would connect up to here. Alternatively, I'm not sure this bottom portion exists in real life. Like, if you keep going south from these buildings, there's a street that kind of heads this way. Maybe not a street. There's a road anyway in the hills in the mountain that heads this way, and I don't know where it goes because it's not really for for tourists. It's like an access road. I assume like they use that road to drive stuff up to the temple and stuff like that. So maybe this bottom portion, I suspect it maybe doesn't exist in real life. This could be the pagoda, but they seem too close to the building. In real life, there isn't much going on right next to the building. You can like walk by the water and stuff. There should be a river like right here. I think you can kind of see a little gash in the ground there. And usually you can walk along that and it'll eventually link back up somewhere around here. And you can do a whole little walk down there. It's got a really, really nice walk. There's a little food stall here. There's a bunch of spots along the river where they have like chairs and stuff, so you can buy food and have a snack and shit like that. This is how this playthrough is gonna go. And when I say playthrough, I mean demo playthrough, by the way. I am not even remotely suggesting that I'm gonna play through the full game. I'm happy I'm doing the Pragmata playthrough now. And I don't know. I'd like to get to a place where I feel like I'm having a lot of fun doing more playthroughs, but I want to make sure the Pragmata one goes well first for you guys. Yeah, I think in real life, this, like there was a tree fallen here. This should link up in real life. I do think this is accurate. And then the street would be like this way, kind of. Clearly I have to do like a travelogue with like pictures. Parries in the Blazing State. What's the Blazing State though? Yeah, you do a parry, they go into a window of vulnerability. Press square just before being hit. Oh, to fill the blaze gauge. I see. So you just like a free upgrade. Okay, well I guess let's see if we actually need Blaze State. Yeah, down there you can kind of get somewhere around there in real life. There you can see the wooden structure that I was talking about. That my understanding is there's no nails, it's all joinery, which is pretty remarkable, honestly. Still standing, still gorgeous to this day. Of course, all that like corruption stuff that's on it, or whatever that is, that's not there in real life. Thing you can't quite tell from here, you might be able to tell from down there, is that that sort of grid section of wood, it is quite deep. There's like, I want to say 3 or 4 layers of that. It's really cool, built to support it against the mountain. Amazing stuff, honestly. So we got dodge on X. Dodge is nothing when you're not in combat. Okay, let's try a dodge then. A reflex dodge. So that's a different gauge from Blazing State, huh? Okay, so reflex dodge and then attack. Okay. Whoa, the kick was fast. My dodge was too early. There you go. Okay. Yeah, so in the bottom right of the screen, we got our blazing gauge and our reflex gauge. Lock on is on R3, as you would expect from modern action games. Oh, there we go. You really have to wait long. Okay. Earlier I said the block was quite forgiving, and I do stand by that. It is quite forgiving. But damn, I tried to block that and I was no good at it. Evidently not that forgiving, huh? But you have to wait deep to get the blazing parry. How do I get up there? I assume I just go around. I assume I go this way. How do I deal with you guys? Nope. Let's just not try to block those anymore. This way. I'm so smart. Totally understand how video game level design works. Sorry, my phone just beeped. Let me just mute that. Hozuki and Hozuki pouches. So this is your healing items. Okay, and then I guess you just pick up plants too. Oh, but look, you can store more of it too. I picked up a bunch that are not active healing items. What's that other item I got now? Mild restorative. Gradually restore health for a short duration. Okay. And defense talisman. Well, lesser defense talisman. Okay, that's good. So look, by the way, you can change items and it puts you in a slow-mo state. But that's not forever. Give it a second. It wore off, yeah. So you can't just use it to scum out bosses forever, I guess. That's fun. Deflect, yeah. Oh, towards. Okay, we got Revengeance. To significantly deplete enemy stamina. Can also be done to arrows. Dude, does that reflect them? I accidentally dismissed that instead of scrolling. I'm doing it way too early. Whoa! Incredible. Oh, there's another arrow in there, huh? I'm wondering if I reflect it. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I tried pointing my stick off the screen, but sadly it did not. It did not like the idea of reflecting it in that direction. Maybe because the enemy wasn't on the screen. Lovely. Feels good though. Oh yeah, I saw these in the demo showcase like a little while ago. I don't know if I can do anything aside. Yeah, because you can do that, but it doesn't seem that useful at a distance. I mean, I guess you could use it for cover, of course, but in the demo showcase, I really liked how they used it, like with melee enemies to stop them and stuff. Does this box anything? Nothing. Just dirt and nothing. So we got our save points. Anything you cannot carry will send to your stores. Okay. That's reasonable. And I'm guessing this is... Well, if there's any leveling or anything like that, I guess that would be here probably. There's been a lot of talk about whether this game is a Souls game or what have you, and even the director sort of commented on it a little bit. My sense is that it's impossible for them to have escaped the influence of Souls games. I think the, like, while Onimusha games have always been action games in the same vein as Souls games, I think it's a little undeniable that there's some influence in Souls games here. Even if I don't know if I'd go so far as to say this is necessarily a Souls game. I find the vicious pushback against people describing it as a Souls game as just sort of a loose descriptor to be a little surprising. But I don't necessarily agree with it. Like, it's an action game, you know? It's in the, you know, the super genre of action game, and as far as subgenres, I think it's got some Souls DNA. But I think that's the interesting interesting thing about a lot of game genres and stuff. They're not usually just one thing.
その目に宿りしは鬼の力、黒魂によって覚醒なされたようです。
黒魂。
この地に残る記憶が正気の塊と化したものです。清水寺を浄化するためには
I like his expression there.
突き止める必要があります。
おい小手女、ごたくはいい。目が覚めたんなら俺の質問に。
嫌です。
嫌ってお前。ふざけるな。
小手女など汚い物言いへの仕返しです。それに私が黒魂の力で一時的に目覚めたのに、またしばし眠らねばなりません。
おい。
I like this procession. It's pretty cool. Any other items around here? I see. So there's been all these pots, right, that have been all completely empty. I have to assume that in the full game they're gonna have currency drops or something like that. Plus, at the save points, there's been like an omission of like any sort of upgrading or anything, which the Onimusha games do have. And I have to imagine that that also is omitted for the time being. Oh, this looks cool, this rope. Oni vision. So you go into your absorption mode and then hit R2. Cool. I guess this is gonna trigger a fight. Pretty cool. How it's weaving it like that. No fight, thankfully. Oh yeah, I was talking about the pagoda earlier, right? In front of Kiyomizudera Temple. Yeah, this is not the one I was thinking of. The one I was thinking of was all the way over here. So yeah, like I talked about before, this would be more the approach if you're coming to visit the temple from the city. And there is a gate like this there. they have made liberal changes to the environment. Obviously, this is also like long before modern day, so but it seems reasonably accurate. That's cool. Damn, I got owned by that. Try to parry way too early for that. Okay, I should try to parry him. I guess if you don't get the perfect timing, you don't get a really good block out of it. Oh, nice. Little stun and everything. Yeah, let's get a little heal in there. Blade barrages. Oh. Crossing swords with the enemy will initiate a blade barrage. To break it, you need to execute a different attack to the enemy. A different attack to the enemy. So you need to visibly... Whoa, how does that work? A different attack than the one which you started. Okay. Okay, I see. So you switch. So you literally just use your attack to counter their attack. Interesting. I think I did something different there. But I did use the attack button. I flicked it towards the enemy as they came at me. I sort of flicked towards the enemy on the stick and hit attack. So I assume that's a different type of, like, parry. Because I sure didn't get a blade barrage out of it. I'm gonna break them all, even though there's nothing in this game. Ooh. We got freaks! Like looking around for an enemy who's gonna trap me. We got a back execution. Yeah, we do. I hear someone wailing in here. Is there a closet they're hiding in or something? There are no closets here. Maybe they're outside. Oh, there, I got the blade barrage. You have a very generous window of time to get your second attack in, by the way. So the main temple's just up ahead. I think the ticket booth. Nowadays, this hutch in front of us here that this enemy's in front of, this is a ticket booth nowadays. No, it's either that one or that one. But the ticket booth's right around there anyway. Ooh, let's do it. Sadly, they noticed me, but that's fun. I tried to use a two-handed there to start a... See, there I did the flick attack again. Tried to use a two-handed to start a blade barrage, but two-handed is slower, so you actually do need to time that quite differently. Now there was someone wailing over here, but I don't know if they're actually here. Someone's shooting at me. Or I thought I heard a bow drawback. Maybe I just heard nothing. There's definitely someone coughing over there. Wow, these healing items are actually quite weak. Your basic healing items. I assume you'll get to upgrade them, but... Okay, so one thread is... Oh no, they're both that way. Okay. In the building, I see. Just in case you didn't actually already check out that section of the map. Excuse me. Let's just go this way first. Swing back around after. Anything in the pot? No. Anything? Please? Never. Assassinations. Yeah, we did learn this. It said you could use the circle button too, so let's try it. Yep, same animation. That's fine. On this difficulty, you don't seem to have to be that sneaky when it comes to those enemies and like sneaking up behind them. Seems like you can really just walk right up. I feel like in every game of a certain era, like PS2, Xbox, etc., whenever there was a scroll like this inside of a Japanese building, you could like cut it and there would reliably be something behind it. Like in like Ninja Gaiden, Onimusha, a variety of games of the era. I like his little I like how he just slides it out like that. It's great. Good little bit of character there. So what did we get before? Yeah, minor miracle cure. Burning and oil soaked. Okay, that seems important actually. And then one of them is offense. Okay, got some good stuff. Recently I've been, you know, waiting for them to attack me and try the defensive options and stuff like that. But I don't know. It seems like I could just be attacking the weak enemies and destroying them. Oh, we had a big battle. Okay, maybe I should play defensive. This is new. Whoa. I love how you cut into a bigger area there. Are you guys actually able to do anything though? Get over there. This is the wrong way. Nope, I don't know what the button is to follow up. That's quite strong. Knocking them into a stun too. That was cool. That was like a much bigger battle than I expected in this demo. There must have been, what, 10, 15 enemies or something? I really like that. I thought that was dope. Yeah, so this is where that other room would have been back there, but I guess you could only cut through them where they let you. It was super cool that you just sort of naturally cut into this wall. I assume I can. Yeah, cool, fun. Forget opening doors. Goodbye, opening doors. Hello, property damage. Can you dash out of a swing? Kind of. Doesn't seem that fast. Yeah, we got sidles. For why? Reasons. Almost certainly not load times, though, in this day and age. I like the suspended chest there. Ooh, hang on. We got new weapons, or press R1 when Oni power is sufficiently filled. Okay, Oni armaments. Okay, so it's like a secondary type of weapon. So it's just like a string of attacks. I see. That seems very good, and it gets you healing items. Great. I guess that was all that was here. Where is this on the map? Yeah, it's like the very edge of the map. Ooh, sorry, screen's a little dark. That's my B. Ooh. I like his little surprise sound there. I was just about to discuss how so far it's been quite easy, and I'm wondering if we might have our first real fight here. Blue souls fill the Oni power. Okay, yeah. That's cool. So you have to like alternate like that. Okay, well, it was better. I like the rock cut in half. That's dope. It was a tougher fight, but more, please, please. It'd be great if at the end of this demo there was like little bloody palace arena or something. I do not think there will be such a thing, but just a chance to try out the fighting a little more. Guess this way. Oh, I like this arrow telling you only one direction. Yeah, I guess there must be an exit on that side of the building, but I might not be able to access it. Since I got the threads, right, I can actually go into Kiyomizudera. I wish there was something to spend your souls on in this demo, actually. That would be nice. Oh yeah, there was a door to the right here, wasn't there? Is this whoa, cool! Darn, I was hoping to fight him, but I wonder if this is progression, because like I can go to Kiyomizudera now, I think, because I think I did the 2 ropes, right? But let's just go this way and see what happens. Pretty bad in here. Pretty terrible in here. Oh, got grabs. Whoa, cool. Great little parry there. I guess I will try that out when they can land one. This is that gate where I shoved the cart into it before. Yeah, I guess for now we can't get back there. Just this little dead end. Maybe if I can get into this building, though. But I assume... Oh, I don't know. I don't really see a way in the building, huh? Yeah, nah. Might not be within the scope of the demo. Okay, so I guess let's head back to Kiyomizudera. I hope there's like a little save point in there. Oh yeah, there we go. For anyone interested in this game, by the way, just FYI, there is a bonus that you'll get in the full game for having save data from the demo. I don't believe you need to clear the save the demo. You just need to have save data from the demo. So in real life, this is shifted just a little bit. You don't walk like straight onto this balcony area. It's like this path is like a little further to the left, and you kind of have to walk a little bit sort of to the right to get onto this area. These guys are fucking creeps. His nonchalance about it all. I mean, I know they're not real, but like his pose and everything, super good. Shit's fucked, man. Temple's haunted. This guy looks like he has so much personality from the trailers. Whoa. That's so funny. His willingness to jump up there when it's like a, I don't know, 60-foot drop. It's really high. It's super cute. Girlie's gonna love this guy. Okay, let's see how this goes. I'm gonna try my Oni thing out. Whoa, man, these parry animations are crazy. Oh, I cut his fucking hat. He went for a grab there. I did hit X, but I actually stunned him, so... Select a target area. Whoa! I already got the hat. Red indicates extra damage, purple means souls. Okay, well, we're gonna go for souls to keep the battle going longer. Oh, I guess it's a good way to get more heal, too. I should heal. The music's amazing here too. Whoa! Okay, now I gotta heal. Now I'm in trouble. Okay, I wasn't in that much trouble, I guess, but... that fight was really fun, though. So I guess that's it. I guess that's what we got. Let's save that clear data there. Is that just it? Let's do that Ganryu fight again, because there was a lot going on there. That was super cool. Hit continue. You're gonna continue from the right save, right? Not the clear one. Let's do Ganryu again, because I feel like I need a little more of this game. Can't just end it there. Unfortunately, if I want to get a good look at the view, I mean, it looks really foggy, unfortunately. I'm going to have to just be during the Ganryu fight, like looking over to the side. Oh no, look. So over here, the view's incredible, but yeah, unfortunately, in real life, you don't have this gray fog, so you get a pretty great view. Also, the trees are frankly shorter over there, and you can sort of see like into the city and stuff down there. The pagoda that should be sort of across the way here doesn't appear to exist. Like, that's probably one of the big changes they made. I would love to be able to access this back area, because this is also real. These two paths, the one that goes down and the one that goes up, they do meet up somewhere around here. So sadly, I don't think we'll be able to see those within the scope of the demo. But in there's a massive, like, beautiful inner temple area. Oh, yeah, look, you can see. So there's like a gate in the way up there, kind of. You might have to pause it. You might have to go back and pause it after to see what I'm talking about. But there's this sort of, like, protective barrier blocking people from, like, throwing stuff into the inner shrine. But that's, like, really accurate to what it looks like in real life. So I cut his hat earlier. I wonder if that's like a dynamic thing that happens or if it's fixed at a certain point. Wow, this feels so slick, dude. The Oni thing is really strong. Like, it seems like you can just break through anything with it. Whoa! So when you get broken, you also drop yellow, is that right? Oh, let's try the upper one just to see the difference. So there the hat gets cut off as a part of that instead of before where it cut dynamically. Yeah, there we go, there we go. I wanted to see that. Cool. Let's play with them a little more. Whoa, cool. That feels really good. Whoa! The way that keeps going and you have to keep alternating hits. Amazing. I didn't block any of that successfully at all. Wow, man. That is a cool fucking fight. There is no way you only fight Ganryu like once in this game. You're gonna be fighting Ganryu over and over as you play through this story, I'm sure. That's so involved. I love all the... Wow, I actually did that faster, even though we were... Oh, wait, it might include the cutscene time, which we skipped. That might be why. I love how many, like, unique animations there are. Like, when Ganryu grabs you, there's, like, the unique parry there. When you break his thing and you get to pick to stab him in the stomach or to cut him on the head, break the hat. That's awesome. The hat break can happen, like, dynamically at another point during the battle. It seems like there's some, like, dynamic blocking stuff. I forget what they're called, but the one where you're repeatedly hitting the other enemy's weapon and you have to alternate your button presses. I assume your character's animation there is generic and they just have it sync up to the enemy's animation, which is unique. And the illusion works and it feels very, very, like, dynamic, even though your character's probably doing the exact same animation there. But it feels really cool doing, like, what was it, 5 or 6 in a row there? Really good shit. I gotta say, through the demo, especially towards the end, I was feeling like the difficulty was kind of low, honestly. It's probably not a big deal, because, like, any Capcom game nowadays that's not called Monster Hunter, like, it'll have difficulty settings, like, right out of the gates. And, like, every Capcom game has, like, a pretty solid hard mode now. So, I mean, always have, honestly. So, you know, I'm not too worried about that, but I do think this being the normal difficulty, it felt just a little tuned on the easy side to me. That being said, this demo clearly does not give you access to, like, powering yourself up, leveling, etc. So it could really just be that our character is slightly overtuned for this demo, as opposed to, like, a real tell about the overall difficulty of the full game. So, you know, I do hope the difficulty of the finished product is a smidge higher than this, because, like, aside from, like, 1 or 2 moments where we, like, randomly got low on life, it didn't really get bad. You know, there was no real trouble zones, and that was mostly my lack of carelessness. That was mostly my lack of care, and perhaps the latency of the screen too. Like, it wasn't like there was an enemy we were bashing our heads against or anything. It was pretty straightforward in that regard. Nonetheless, very fun. Character feels very good to control. Cutting enemies apart feels very good. The parries and all the different defensive options, which I did not realize existed, super cool. Big into that. And that fight with Ganryu, though, like, if something's gonna sell you on the game, it's Ganryu there at the end. That was like straight up just like a really good fight, no matter how you slice it. But it also had, like, so much character on top of it. Really, really good stuff, honestly. With that, I guess that's the demo for Onimusha Way of the Sword. It's up on PS5 right now for sure. I actually don't know if it's on PC or Xbox at this time, so please look it up yourself. I personally hope this is still going to get announced for Switch 2, like RE9 and Pragmata did, so we will see. Yeah, go give it a try for yourself. If you're looking forward to the full game, like I mentioned before, you do get a free, like, item in the game if you have save data from the demo. And again, I don't believe you need to clear the demo. I think you just need the save data, so worth checking out. Yeah. So I guess with that, I'll leave you guys to it. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.